to the channel. Welcome back. You tuned in to D-Way, and we're just gonna bring the latest news, and we're gonna break down our thoughts and ask a couple questions. Should P. Diddy be granted bond? You know what I'm saying? See, he was acquitted of sex trafficking and racketeering. Should P. Diddy be granted the bond? He got, you know what I'm saying, transportation. That's the only thing he was guilty of is transportation. Why did he not granted the bond? And should Diddy be granted the bond? I want to know y'all intake on it. Should P. Diddy be granted the bond? I think he should be granted the bond. With the harsh charge that he had, sex trafficking, racketeering, and all that, he was acquitted of those charges. So why P. Diddy don't have a bond? They talking about his past. Say he got a violent past. What is the violent past? You know what I'm saying? What is the violent past of P. Diddy? We see that he ain't got no convictions on the record, so what is the violent past? The violent past they going by is basically he say. If he ain't been convicted of it, is he say. You know what I'm saying? So what violent past do Diddy have? They bringing up violent past, so we want to know what violent past do P. Diddy have? And should Diddy be granting the bond? I think Diddy should be granting the bond. I really do. Because the charge they got him on is a non-violent charge. A transportation to engage in prostitution. Transportation engaged in prostitution. Why did he not grant the bond? Why did he not grant the bond? You know, why did they ain't granted the bond? What's up? I think Diddy should be granted the bond. He acquitted of a series of offenses. The offenses he got now ain't serious. It's like a non-violent crime. Transportation to engage in prostitution. That's like a non-violent crime. Why Diddy ain't got a bond? I think he should have a bond. And I'm the only one feeling like that. They talking about because of Diddy past, say he got a violent past. What violent past is that? It gotta be he say, because we know Diddy ain't got no convictions. They seen a couple assault charges that he was assaulting Cassie. Probably a couple assault charges, that's it. Some assault charges. But what is that though? You know, they saw that, but have we been convicted of it? We seen they try to charge him on a federal level for some domestic violence. You know, if they would let the domestic violence court handle the domestic violence, what's that $100 for, big dog? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's like a non-violent crime. Diddy crime is non-violent. And they want to deny him a bond, talking about due to his past. Trying to say he got a violent past, but what violent past is that? If Diddy don't have a criminal record. He probably been charged with the things, but they, you know what I'm saying, they can be looked at as he say. If he ain't been convicted of it. Think about it. I think Diddy should be granted the bond. I don't see why Diddy shouldn't be granted the bond. He was acquitted of racketeering and some more charges. He was acquitted of those charges. All the violent charges he was acquitted of. So why Diddy don't have a bond? Transportation to engage in prostitution. That's not a serious offense. That's not a serious offense. So why Diddy don't have a bond? What I think is, I think all this week Diddy defense team, they'll just keep drilling the court to get Diddy a bond. I think this whole week they'll be drilling the court to try to get Diddy a bond. Because I don't see no reason why Diddy don't have a bond. You know, I done seen people saying they afraid of Diddy to beat the charges. You know what I'm saying? They're afraid that Diddy, that he beat the charges. They're afraid for their life and all that. But I don't think Diddy violent as they claim. I don't think Diddy violent as they claim. So we just gonna have to wait and see. I think they're gonna advocate all week about getting Diddy a bond. He might be granted a bond. For you know it, Diddy might have the house arrest bracelet. Yeah, for you know it, he might have the house arrest bracelet. We just gonna sit back and wait and see when Diddy be granted a bond. I just don't see why he haven't been granted a bond. You know, fair is fair. The man got a non-violent day in sentencing and ain't till September. So they trying to hold Diddy to sentencing, which ain't until September. So they might hold him to sentencing and then might get Diddy time served. You know, then it might be time served. You know, so we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see. Because I think Diddy should be granted a bond. I can't be the only one feeling like this. He didn't beat the serious offenses. All the violent crimes he was blamed of. Diddy going to beat, you know what I'm saying? He already beat those charges. He already beat those charges. So Diddy should be granted a bond. A non-violent offense. Get Diddy a bond. Why not? I don't know if Diddy violent criminal history. I would like to know. That should be shared to the public. I know the public want to know what Diddy pass criminal history. We just seen him being charged with things, but I don't know no conviction that Diddy got. I don't know no convictions. They try to charge the domestic violence on the federal level. So we know he ain't convicted of that. We know they can't be using that against him if he ain't been charged of it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to know. I just want to know. Why Diddy don't have a bond? Diddy should it just be fair. Just be fair all the way around, though. Diddy should be granted a bond. He should at least be granted a bond. A non-violent charge. A non-violent charge. Why Diddy not granted a bond? You know, just answer the question. Why Diddy not granted a bond? I think that what I'm thinking is his defense attorney just gonna go all week. They're just gonna be sending letters, you know what I'm saying, advocating for Diddy to come home on bond. It's gonna be a surprise when Diddy get the bracelet, the house arrest bracelet. It's gonna be a surprise. We see people somehow, oh, they fear for their life and they were the victim. And they also saying Cassie, there's some people that's gonna be suing Cassie for long. Say she was bribed about carrying on going to court. So now they finna be bribed about coming out about Cassie. We're gonna see if they're gonna advocate like they advocate for Diddy. Is they gonna do the same thing, show up in court for Cassie and talk about how guilty she is? Is they gonna do that? Or they just did that for Diddy? You know, let's just be honest. Cause they saying that Cassie next. But like I said, this about Diddy. I think Diddy will be granted the bond. I think they're gonna keep on driving the court for Diddy to get a bond. Like I said, Diddy don't have a criminal past. I don't know what criminal past they're looking at, but I don't know Diddy being convicted of anything. So I think they'll be granting Diddy a bond. He should be granted the bond. The non-violent crime, he was acquitted of everything else. All the violent crimes, he was acquitted of. So it shouldn't be no need of Diddy not getting a bond. Diddy might be granted a bond. We're just gonna sit back and wait on it. But from my understanding, Diddy should be granted the bond. That's my take on it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. It should be right there in the corner. I go live every day. You won't miss nothing. But you gotta be subscribed to the channel. I'm out.